I get a lot of credit for leaving and establishing something, but you were leaving SportsCenter to go to NFL Network. And at the time, we weren't quite sure what it was in how many households, but you had to see something, feel something, or maybe you didn't see or feel something at ESPN and thought, I can have this to myself. I mean, I applauded you for doing it because I thought that can be your network if you want to.
You were one of the few that actually stuck to the RSVP to my wedding after I left. There were a few empty seats at my wedding from some people from ESPN.
Well, it was open bar, Rich. So
I know. And as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, Chris Fowler came on the show the other day, and I made him tell the story that you in the cocktail hour were not pleased with the, I guess, alacrity of the drinks being put in your hand. And he went behind the bar himself and started pouring for people. You know, that little silver cone that you use to measure, that went out the window. He was like Tom Cruise in Cocktail, flipping the things around.
But we're in Central Park, the boathouse.
That's right. Yeah.
It's an unbelievable setting.
It was nice.
And I said, the only thing missing is a good time. Let's get some liquor going here.
I'm taking pictures with Susie. I have no idea what the hell's happening.
No idea.
We come back from the pictures like, you have no idea what Dan Patrick just did.
It is true.
That is a fact.
It is true. I had people, backwards, doing shots on the bar with their head back, and I'm like pouring shots.
My mother-in-law's like, what do you mean the Jägermeister's all gone? So
body shots off
she's
the
paying
mother-in-law.
for the whole damn thing.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Oh, gosh. But,
no video.
At any rate, but you remember, back in the day, it was kind of a combination of a couple things, just to be really quick about it. SportsCenter went from a show of when I first arrived and you were making me nervous, to the show where people tuned in to see what happened because they either saw it only once or hadn't seen it at all. And we were telling a story with an on-camera lead-in and then a whole highlight that told the story with a score panel afterwards. Yeah. And then you would toss it to the other anchor and then back and forth, a ping pong. And it was fun. It was great. And then towards the end of the tenure, SportsCenter turned into a show of telling you why something happened as opposed to what happened, because it was assumed you'd already seen it multiple times, either on the internet or, through this newfangled phone thing that was in your hand. And so I felt like I had been turned into, and this was the Crossfire era, where I'm now the host of a show where two analysts come on to argue with each other. This is the beginning of a lot of these argument shows. Yeah. And I'm like, this is not what I want to do, only what I want to do. I want to do other things. And I was told you can only do SportsCenter, and that's where the bash came in. And then NFL Network walked in the door, and I can live in Los Angeles and start something new. And Steve Bornstein was the guy who was leading it. And he was the president of ESPN for all those years, so I knew him. And I just took the leap, and here I am 20 Super Bowls later, man.